Hello everyone, it's me Benjamin from Benjamin's Outdoor Adventures. In today's video, Hunting Fictional Beasts, Episode 1. Yes, this is a redo of that video because I've been messing around with software and learned some new tricks. So, what are we hunting today? Easy. This guy, the Shrieker, from the 91 movies series Tremors. It's from the second movie, titled Tremors 2, Aftershocks. Now, the Shrieker, unlike its predecessor, the Graboid, is a deaf, mute creature that only hunts by heat. Today we'll be discussing how to hunt them, where is the best kill shot, best caliber, and are they any good to eat and what can you do with them? Let's get started, shall we? Now then, this creature here, not that one, this one, is a bipedal reptile that can reproduce asexually, or how do I put it? They're hermaphrodites. They reproduce through basically eating enough and they vomit out an offspring. Kind of interesting, isn't it? Now, let's go over what it looks like and how to get rid of it.
Then, now let's look at this creature. This is a better image of the Shrieker. As you can see from its long body, it's probably short and stout. Large beaks, about 3 in total, from the 2 here to the large one up here. This right here is a sensor. It's folded away to prevent damage from sunlight. That's what I can assume by what it is. It's speculative biology. Now then, we're going to be looking at its physiology a little bit more. Now, these things hunt in packs. If you have 1, you have 2. If you have 2, you have 4. 4 equals 8. 8, 16. It's exponential, like in the movies and how it's said. With these creatures, we can see large... Well, thank you, Bismarck, my cat. We can see right here it has large jowls, which I assume control the beaks. With that being said, that's probably where most of the muscle mass is. I would also assume that the brain is somewhere around here, right behind the sensor. Like most animals, their brains are going to be right behind their sensory organs. Such as humans, our brains are directly right behind our eyeballs. Now then, with an animal like this, we did see in the movie and hear from Burt Gummer that he took him out with 9mm, and you did see that epic scene of him taking one out with a 50 cal with custom tooled cartridges. When I say custom tooled, I'm putting that speculatively. We don't know the powder measure, we don't know what type of powder. All we know is a large 50 caliber projectile made of custom tooled solid bronze for an anti-tank thing. He did that primarily because he thought it was going to be hunting graboids, yes. But we're looking at shriekers, these little guys. For this animal, a 9mm would possibly work. As for where their vital organs were, I would have to assume in this region is where the organs are. Their vital organs, the heart, the lungs, and so on. Bismarck, will you please stop tearing up my tent? Thank you. I would assume their esophagus is in this region, right through here, with their powerful muscles and hind legs. I'd also steer clear of these, as they could possibly be very, very dangerous to you, even if they don't get you with their beaks. Now let's look for vital kill shots. Let's say use a 9mm. From this stance, a perfect sideline stance, I would probably place some 9mm rounds right around here, in that triangle, as an effective way. But in reality, most of the organs are probably going to be hidden right here, behind the leg, which is a problem, kind of like pigs. With that being said, you're going to have to use a much heavier round than 9mm. 9mm may get it, but it may not. It just depends what ammo you're using, but I'd recommend a heavier cartridge. Something along the lines of 30-30, 308, 357, 30-06, in that caliber. When I mean 357, I don't mean the handgun cartridge, but the rifle cartridge. With that being said, you could possibly pop off a few rounds in this area and kill it, but it's very speculative as we don't know where the brain actually is. I'm just guesstimating at this point. Estimating with proper guesses. With 30-30, 308, 30-06 calibers, you can probably afford to get in this large muscle mass and get in here right behind the leg. And that's my best course of options. I would imagine within this area is the stomach and reproduction area. And here is the aerial area, which we're not going to pay attention to. Our main goal is going to be right around here and a little bit down here. Now then, let's discuss what rifles I recommend. I already discussed the calibers and the kill shots. Now let's discuss the rifles. As for what guns you would probably use, I think it's fair to say bolt actions and pump actions are no good. As, yes, I understand that classic cowboy action, and they are the most popular actions for hunting, especially of deer, wild boar, rabbit, and so on. I would not recommend them as they are too slow in action, and these animals group in large bunches, large herds. With that being said, we have to think of what would be more appropriate. And for the boomer fuds and people who like their old school guns, I have a perfect option for you. Is Mark, please stop. As this rifle. Yes, the American Winchester 94. Chambered in 30-30, this gun would most likely be a contender, but I still wouldn't wholeheartedly recommend it. This is just a buy-in for the Bubba Fuds out there and for the people who like their old school guns. The reason I recommend this over a bolt action is because it's fast. You have 7 rounds in a tubes compared to the 5 in your bolt action, your Winchester model 760 or your 650, 700, whichever you have. With this, I can quickly get off a shot, load, fire, fire, and continue. Beautiful gun, although not what I would wholeheartedly recommend. And the guns I would wholeheartedly recommend would be larger calibers of AR-10s. AR-10 chambered in 308, 357, 300 rum of those calibers. As for 9mm, I do understand Bert did kill a bunch with his handguns. And those were 9mm, I do believe. And as for 9mm, yes, I do truly believe a handgun like this would be able to take down a shrieker. Although I would not recommend it, because something like this is not the best option. Because not only do you have a small sight radius for the gun, you also have short recoil, lots of bounce, and your magazine. I understand mine carries 17 rounds in a mag, and so on. And if you have enough magazines, or if you have an ultra large magazine, yeah, I can understand. But still, pistols, it's a lot more difficult to aim, more difficult to get on target, and get quicker, faster follow-up shots. I'd recommend an AK or an AR style rifle, or the old 760 Pump Masters, or the, not Pump Master, what is that damn thing called? Bushmasters. Those old guns I'd recommend more, because they're semi-auto 30-06s, semi-auto 308s, semi-auto 300 rums, 48 Remington. Those I would recommend, yes, because they have quick fire-up shots, and so on. Now, this is hunting in the fictional sense. And because the vital organs may be behind that thick wall, that thick layer, like, show it right here. You can see the leg, you can see how its body is sucked up. You're going to need that extra punch in order to get through that to its vital organs, where we can think where they might be. So that's why I'm recommending such large calibers, and some of them may be outdated, but still, even a 30 here is an excellent contender. Much better than, you know, Grandpa's old 670 Winchester or Remington 700. Yeah, I understand those are good rifles, but in reality, you're not going to be wanting those. They're going to be too slow, not enough ammo, and you're going to get your ass killed. Now let's talk about blinds. How are you going to hide from these? A majority of blinds nowadays can come with custom features. Some of them hide very well, but these things are deaf and blind. They only see body heat. So a big shiny tarp tent would hide you pretty well.
or a big old stacking of foam, because foam's insulating properties, it hides heat pretty well. So if you have a big old, let's say a tent made of foam board or thick insulation foam, and that silver tent emergency blanket stuff, I think that would be enough to make a deer blind or a shrieker blind, give or take pronunciations here, for your hunt. I think that would be perfectly enough, because you're not hiding from a deer, you're hiding from that little bastard. So I perfectly believe that would be more than sufficient to help you with your next shrieker hunt. Now you could do so. Now this is for the person. In reality, I would be recommending a fucking tank. Go ahead, Johnny Danger, you can take the little deer blind there made from whatever the hell that is. I'm gonna take the tank. An electric tank, there you go. Now, in reality, what's gonna happen if they were in our world, we're probably gonna have companies hunting them. Not necessarily the average person, but companies. Large companies that offer you, hey, you can come hunt with us, we have these perfect spots, locations that we go to. Bring your family, bring your wife, whatever. We supply the weapons and training and yada yada yada. Like those, you know, the hunting camps you go to every once in a while? Yeah, like those. And they're going to be probably going to having full auto machine guns, Gatling guns, and so on. Some of them may provide pump action shotguns or bolt actions if you like. But with companies like that, they're going to have trained security guards, and they're going to have so many people that it doesn't really matter, and it's going to be group hunting in staggered areas to prevent crossfire, and it's going to be in a ravine or some area that's going to funnel those things in. So yeah, you can throw some buckshot out there, but you're not going to identify which animal you're getting. There's going to be so much bullets raining down, you're not even going to know. They're just going to grab one and give it to you. With that being said, now let's go over what they would taste like and what you can do with them. Yeah, I never thought I'd say that. As you can see from this model, we can see they have large legs, small jowls, and quite a nice back strap on them. As well as the nice large back strap, they also have pretty good loins. Yeah. But also, looking from the back, it looks pretty thick hide, scaly, and so on. As these are reptilian derivatives, as said in the movies, we can assume that these animals are probably not going to taste good. They're probably going to have a lot of ammonia in their meat, like most reptiles, iguanas, and other things. They're probably going to have a lot of ammonia. Now, alligators, on the other hand, because they eat so much animals that don't have ammonia, or because of their water-based lifestyle, they're not going to have that taste. But for these things, I would really think they would have ammonia-like meat to them because of how predacious they are. Most predacious predators, especially heavy predators, like mountain lions, coyotes, bobcats, lions, tigers, not bears, actually bears are totally different, but tigers, lions, coyotes, wolves, things like that are going to have a very ammonia-rich meat, which is not going to be good. You can find other options of cooking it, but I would not recommend it. The best course of option for this animal would to turn its hide into handbags, boots, belts. There you go. And have its heads as ornaments. And mount them on your wall. That would be the best course of action. What do you think, Bismarck? She's like, really, motherfucker? Okay. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe for more, and have fun. See ya.